Just draw like a sine wave or something.
As the session comes to an end and we finish up English, she looks at me. I was wondering if you might like to read through something I've written in my spare time. It's a little offbeat, but after seeing your appreciation for English, I have the feeling you'll find value in it. If you'll do me the same honor, I might do a bit of creative writing on the side myself, though I can't say it's much more than some shallowly drafted Discord, loosely collected notes more than much else. Shit, why did I admit that? Caught in my mumbling, she seems to cut right through the mental backpedaling I started myself on. Do you know? I think I would very much like to see what you've come up with. I gingerly hand Monica a copy of a story I penned last week. Septum claves, septum sera, septum ani, omnes perdidos, turbidos et tremulas, sonus resonat insidiosus.
Is this like Latin or something?
Licet intus mens faticit, super et ultra ad hoc, pietas procedens, dum folia autumnalia aderant, miseroboris, ut stat immobilis, firmus scientia manae, quod manit aenium, iterum et iterum, uno ad arborem vadit, huc et illuc et huc, sed scio sicut et illi claustrum, unam servat intra troncum, abditam oculis scrutantibus ne clavis detrahatur ex frigido meo mortuo corpore. I probably mispronounced like all of that. She in turn passes me hers.
Yay, it's in English.
I feel the ground shake beneath me as ethereal's wings beat and propel us toward the muse's final resting place, propel us away from Utgard, the moving city of golden walls and vengeance.
Did I miss? Give me the bar. Jeez. Oh, it scrolls so fast.
And its dragon riders and flocks and approaching. Their fangs longing to cast long, blood-red trails upon my chest. Ethereal's wings skim the ground, kicking up great clouds of dust. But we keep moving, keep dodging the flares emanating from the cracked, barren ground. Keep praying to we'll make it to the muse's tomb. And as we draw closer, looks ever more hopeful our prayers will be answered. As we spot a great ravine open up ahead of us, I feel a touch of steel on my leg, and flinch and kick out, and hear a roar. I hunker down, and feel my foot savagely dragged backward. I squirm and watch my assailant savagely battered by my faithful companion's tail. As another roar meets my ears, we dive into a crevice, and I fall into despair. Thud, I impact the ground, tears streaming from my face, and a sapphire light is reflected in my emerald eyes. I watch it. It pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Heartbeat, pulse, heartbeat, pulse. Blinding show of lights. Pulse, pulse, heartbeat, pulse. Blinding, pulse, pulse. Heartbeat, blinding, blinding, blinding. Heartbeat, blinding, blinding. Pulse, pulse, blinding, blinding. Pause. Blinding, blinding, heartbeat, blinding, blinding, blinding. Heartbeat, blinding, pulse, heartbeat, pulse, pulse, heartbeat, blinding, pulse, blinding, heartbeat, pulse. And a brilliant show of blinding. And somehow I hear the words. Hello, Monica. Who are you? You're blinding pulse, blinding heartbeat pulse, pulse, pulse.
Morse code, right? I'm not translating it.
Well, why are you here? How am I alive? And I see pulses of white light fill my whole vision. How may I help? Erase my memories. I touch the stone, and great lights floods my vision. Lovely. And it dawns on me. This is all a story. My mind flies off like a dragonfly taking wing, and leaving me stuck in a hole of madness. Gracious. She said it would be offbeat, but nothing could have prepared me for this. I wonder if I might have been wrong to not probe about any possible problems in her life. Is she okay? Monica is digesting my story with raised eyebrows and parted lips that murmur softly. This is brilliant. She looks at me over the top of the paper. Done with mine, I see. What did you think of it? It was different. I thought it was cleverly constructed, even if the underlying meaning was slightly lost on me. Well, I wouldn't expect the meaning to come to someone on the first read, but hopefully it sinks in as time goes on. I certainly hope so. Now about yours. I went slightly, bracing for impact. I couldn't read a word of it. I mean, gotta keep this. I blinked at her a few times, unsure how to react. It piqued my curiosity when you told me you liked English. Yet now I find out you know Latin as well. How many more languages do you have on your belt? Well, just those two, aside from my native tongue and Japanese. That's still quite impressive. With this composition of yours, you've definitely got my full attention. I think I'll be a perfect fit for my literature club.
Her response leaves me flabbergasted, but not so much that I can't recognize an opportunity. A golden opportunity to spend more time with her. But she's not serious, is she? Oh, thank you. You asked if you could keep the poem, right? It was just uselessly taking up space in my bag anyway, so feel free. Monica beams and stows the poem in her folder. Okay, she's serious. Is the literature club on every day?
Yes, it is, right after classes. Don't forget to bring a book to read and discuss. That's what the club's about, after all.
I rack my brain for any decent literature in my house that I'm familiar enough with, or I'm not embarrassed by. No luck. What I do manage to come up with, however, is the idea of selecting a book from those strewn on the table. I'll keep that in mind, Monica. Best to be off now. See you at the club tomorrow.
Sure thing. Looking forward to seeing you what you bring along. Do have yourself a nice evening.
I'll look over the books for one to slip into my bag.
Alright, can I drop a save here? Is it going to stop me? Good, I can access. Do I click save? Oh, they've got so many save slots. That's probably for the best. Okay, return. Let's see, what is it? Confession of a Mask, the Black Cat. Pretty sure this one's Yuri. And, I can't remember which one's which. Was this one Natsuki, and this one's Sayori? I wanted to do the Monica route first, so I'm thinking that this one... Oh, wait. Well, I mean... Sayori wears a mask a lot of the time, too. You know, it kind of doesn't matter, because we're going to do them all eventually.
Picking Confessions of a Mask, I head off towards the lockers. Leaving the library, turning the corner and walking down the hallway, I finally make it to the front of the school where the lockers are. I'll look around for my locker, number 236. 233, 234, 235. There we are, 236. As I take my shoes from my locker, I notice movement to my right. Next to me is an old acquaintance of mine, Amelia. She is just slightly shorter than me, and her long blonde hair makes her stand out among the other students. Her uniform is much like mine and everyone else's, albeit more on the loose side. We don't really speak to each other all that often, but Amelia would probably be one of the only people I know here. Noticing my presence, Amelia speaks from behind me, still facing her locker.
Running behind? Look at my home club already left.
I let out a light chuckle at her remark. No, I'm not. I stopped by the library to pick up a book.
You, a book? Have I known you to read books? Becoming less and less of a weeb by the day you are. Traitor.
You can join me, you know.
In reading or becoming less of a weeb. Either way, I have my streaming career. If that somehow turns out to be a bust, then I'll consider your offer.
Amelia chuckles to herself. She makes a fair point. How much money did she make from that again? I remember it being more than my annual salary where I work. I'm not jealous, though. Of course not. Well, Miss Streamer, did you have the time to spare for a walk together while we're both here? Amelia finally turns around to face me, shutting her locker. I can see her hovering in my peripheral vision.
Really? We haven't walked together for how long?
Her surprise worn loosely across her face, she latches her locker. Quickly, however, it fades into a smile.
I've been waiting for you to ask that, you know. Come on.
Amelia and I began walking on our way back home. Since we lived somewhat close to one another, around the start of senior school, we'd walk almost the way home together. That hasn't been the case for a little while, admittedly, at least since the start of the school year in April. Taking a glance at Amelia, she seems to be focusing on something. She doesn't say much, a contrast to how she usually is when I'm around. Something on your mind?
Not so much on my mind, but I've been thinking lately.
Did it hurt?
Haha, very funny.
Her unamused sarcasm gives me life, I swear.
No, but honestly, look at us. We made it through how long? Nearly 3 years of high school. Now in between us, how many people do we know?
Oh, that's easy. I know, well, a lot of people. I'm just not friends with any of them.
See, that's just it. If you consider the two of us from where we started, we've essentially gone backwards in our social skills after all this time. Well, I have. You're about where you started.
Uh-huh. All right, hit me with it.
I'm going to join a club. Sure, we've only got a couple months left, but...
My jaw drops, my eyes alight with incredulity. No way, the president of the Going Home Club is quitting.
Oh, I didn't say that, but... I just think it would be nice to get to know, well, someone at all before I go have to graduate.
I pause and think for a moment. I see what she's getting at. Even with all the time I've spent occasionally talking with the people in my class, like Monica and Yuri, was it? I still don't really have anyone I call a friend. This will surprise you, but I was thinking the same thing just earlier today. Monica invited me to join her literature club. Now Amelia takes her turn to pause.
Really? That's surprising. I thought only the students with the best grades were allowed entry. Top students in their fields and members of the student councils or prefects.
I feign offense at her implication of my stupidity. I'll have you know that Monica asked me to be her maths tutor today. She chuckles, clearly not believing me.
Sure. The point is, though, for you, it feels like an odd choice. I would have been you for the home economics club or something.
Huh, you know what? I never thought of that. She throws me an incredulous look.
You're kidding. We've been here almost 3 years, and you didn't once think to look at a club to use the skills you already use on a daily basis?
I guess not. Maybe I figured my time was better spent working. Amelia shrugs, as a sentiment she'd agree with at the very least. Ah well. To be honest, I enjoy having that extra time to myself. If I were in a club, I'd have to head straight from there to work some days, and that wouldn't be fun.
I guess times change, huh? Both of us growing up doing bigger things.
Well, one of us is at least. I snicker at my own comment while Amelia pouts a little.
Hey, I get paid more than you do.
To scream at video games or play stupid dating simulators all evening. Sure, that sounds like great fun. She clicks her tongue while I roll my eyes, chuckling.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about what you said.
What did I say?
About getting a house after I move out. I figured once I graduate I can stream full time and find somewhere I can live that isn't a cramped room.
I pause my stride, confused. When did I say that?
I mean, it was a long time ago, but still, I think it might be smart if I really start working towards something.
Finally, it hits me. Dude, I said that like 2 years ago. What the hell are you on about, thinking about it now? She simply smiles.
Oh yeah, but hey, I gotta think about the future sometime, right? And with graduation coming up, no time like the present.
I see where she's coming from, but when did she grow up? You've changed, haven't you, since then, I mean.
Sure we both have. That's how getting older works.
She shrugs off my statement, but I don't really mind. It's odd to think about, really. How quickly things turn around, how quickly things around you can shift. Reminds me of... Hey, let's not go there today. I've been having a good day, thanks.
You good? It looks like you've seen a ghost.
It's fine. She throws me a knowing glance. She at least sort of understands where I'm coming from. I don't think I ever told her, but she worked it out over time, I suppose.
Hey, if you need to sit down for a minute, I'll grab you a drink.
She brings me over to a nearby bench, sitting me down on it. I don't really think it was necessary, but it's odd how she seems to care so much for someone like me. Then she races off toward the nearby vending machine, while I let my head roll back and look up at the sky for a moment. That bastard of a demon just tried to claw its way out again. I'm glad I'm still strong enough to push it back down where it belongs. I've been doing well lately, and I'd hate to have to fight it back off so soon after slaying the bloody thing. Maybe I should talk to the boss about it again when I see him next. Man, Amelia's taking her time over there. I wonder if she's... Wait, what the hell is Kaito doing over there? I make my way over to where a black-haired, weedy-looking guy leans up against the vending machine, his smug aura emanating so far out to reach me from all the way from where I've been sitting.
You're kidding, right? Why in the nine hells will I ever help you?
Well, I don't think of it as help, more like a sweet exchange between two former flames.
I gag in my mouth. Former flame. What's he pulling out of his ass this time? Evidently, so does Amelia, as she brushes him off and starts to walk back to me.
Oh, come on, Amelia. You know what you're missing, right? I'm sure you hear about it every day.
I resist the urge to ball my fists and instead focus on slow, steady breaths. It won't exactly help to get worked up here.
Oh, would you look at that? Melody, my old friend. How's Sayori treating you these days?
Don't call me. All right, that's it. Kaito's finally about to find out what cement tastes like. I march right up to him, raising my fist. Amelia this time stops me.
He's not worth it, no. Come on, let's just go.
I grit my teeth, almost unconsciously lashing out at Amelia for doing the same thing Kaito just did.
Oh, that's right. You and Strawberry Blonde aren't on speaking terms anymore, no. Something about, what was it? Oh, right, what was the word you used? Mistake on your part?
He gestures to both of us, grinning.
I'm amazed anyone would talk to either of you loners. Maybe that's why you're so good together, huh? But lucky for you, I've got something both of you will like.
Or something you'll both want to hear at the very least. Come on, don't be shy. Come a little closer. Again, I fight back the urge to drive my fist into this weedy, brainless face.
Anything you have to say isn't worth the effort, Kaito. Now get lost.
Is that any way to treat me? You know exactly what I'm capable of, Amelia. Surely you don't want to repeat. All I ask is that you hear me out. I've heard that someone might be joining a certain book club. Be wary of those girls. They all have something to hide, especially Madame Presidente. With that, he strides off back toward the school. Both Amelia and I let out our held breaths, neither of us aware we were holding them in the first place. I swear, every time I see his face, I get more angry, or perhaps angrier. So much for my good day. Finally, I arrive home after seeing Amelia off. It's been too long of a day, I swear. Shrugging, I sigh to myself as I glance around the room. Books I have never read rest inside their nooks. A television I've not bothered to use in months hangs joylessly upon the wall. A section of the sofa greets me as I snugly relax into it, breathing a heavy sigh itself as my frame sinks into the cushion. My hand arrives without invitation to my face, gently brushing down my features as it drops back to my side. Kaito's been getting to me more lately, hasn't he? My eyes lazily dance across the room, hoping to find something to distract me. What they find, however, is somehow worse. I click my tongue as they come to rest upon a photo of my family, the only one I've left up over the years. The witch, before she cut and dyed her hair, alongside my bastard of a father, one of the few times he was in the country. Though it's not like anything's really changed since then, when you put it that way. Shaking my head, I push such thoughts aside and head for the kitchen. I should probably start on dinner, and now's as good a time as any. I'll sit down and read Confessions of a Mask as I eat, probably the best way to do it, so that I don't distract myself with more study. Leaving my book bag behind, I douse the sobering atmosphere with thoughts of well-cooked meals.